And that is why Keanu Reeves is the most versatile actor that you ever did see.
Yep.
I can't even disagree with that. Hey, Jacob, did you know that the recording was in progress?
He's eating spaghetti. It's fine. He has his comfort food.
Can't be upsetty when you've got some spaghetti.
Hey,
Right.
Jacob, did you know that Mom's spaghetti is in progress?
Nope.
Still no response.
No, I figure if I ignore you, you guys will stop doing it.
That's very unlikely.
I've told you to ignore it many times, and
now that I'm ignoring it, you're just pushing more.
I think it's because they think that you aren't listening.
Are you saying if you ignore the fact that we say the recording is in progress, we won't say the recording is in progress?
I mean,
When
once
the
there's
recording
no
becomes in
reaction
progress?
to it, it's no longer funny.
You know what's going to happen is we're going to finish eventually, and we're going to have a supercut of the beginning.
Oh,
of
I've
every
already
episode.
started the supercut.
Yeah. We're going to have a supercut of every episode when you tell me this, and it's just going to slowly show my progression into insanity. By the end, it's just going to be me yelling into the microphone, "Recording started! Recording has started!"
Why did you sound like Yoda?
That is going to be the start of the supercut, just so you know, Jacob.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
All right,
it'll
you
also
wanna
be
tell us
You're
your
interspersed.
contributing to the content.
It'll be interspersed with everyone saying it to me when I'm DMing, and me
Yes.
going, "Yeah, thank you."
All right, tell us a story.
Oh no,
Once
we're in
upon
the
a
story.
time.
So this is a story all about how
Your life got turned upside down.
how Goon punched something he wasn't supposed to.
Oh.
And then-
Oh, that's right. That's where we fucking left off. I forgot.
I know. Jacob has been warning me about this and just telling me that he's gonna fuck it up. Like us up. I am increasingly concerned.
I'm not. I'm excited. That rock had
You
it
would
coming.
be.
You in particular
No.
should not be.
The only one who dies is Volgoon.
Oh, nobody's going to die. That would be the easy way out. But yeah, we don't have any announcements to go over, so let's just get straight to the trauma.
Intro.
Just how I like
intro
it.
song. Intro song. Intro song.
Yeah,
Hi.
that's the intro song.
I have hiccups, and I apologize in advance to all of you.
How dare you?
How dareth.
The most disruptive thing you've done so far today.
Can we leave
Okay.
the hiccups in the cut?
No, I'm just going to keep muting myself.
I'm almost done my spaghetti. Please don't get upsetty.
I am so upsetty right now.
Hey, you have nothing to regretty.
I'm jealous. Spaghetti is good. Well, but I had nachos, so I'm fulfilled.
I'm Gilletti. It doesn't really
I
work.
am
but,
on
you
a
know.
quest to get less fat, so I'm trying to eat healthier. It's not going well, as I'm currently sitting here eating Tostitos rounds and queso sauce.
Yeah.
But I did do a bunch of workouts today. Woke up at 5, which is not a fun time to wake up.
Nope.
But I ran, and then I also did weights. So, got the twofer there.
I also worked out today, but then had kind of taco salad, but not like healthy in any way taco salad for supper. So
I was supposed to work out today, and then I didn't.
I had McDonald's.
excellent.
I
All
didn't
about
even
variation.
pretend to do any working out.
I sat on my couch and watched wrestling, and then I went for a nap for 3 hours, and then I watched wrestling news, and now I'm playing things.
That sounds beautiful.
Also, you have what?
Also, I had McDonald's.
Ah, nice. I worked, so I
Jacob?
couldn't do anything like that.
On the scale of McDonald's to working out, how was your day?
Nobody told me to go fuck myself today, so that was good.
Hey,
Couldn't
do you want that
say
to change?
yesterday.
Go fuck yourself. No way, really?
At work. I was at work. Had a couple of crazy people, but that's the norm.
Mm-hmm.
I've worked all day and party all night, apparently.
Not all night. I'm very old and tired.
I party until about 10 o'clock, and then I want to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Party to a respectable hour.
Yeah. It's called being 30.
Mm-hmm.
The dirtiest of 30s.
Yeah.
I can't say anything because I'm up till like 3 o'clock in the morning all the time as of my job, and
Yeah.
I'm also much older than 30.
Justin,
but
it's
I
so
think
weird.
you're an anomaly.
Justin, it's so weird. You're born in 1992 and I'm born in 1990, but you're 30 and I'm 32.
Jesus Christ. Oh, God.
Small world, eh?
Yeah, small world.
Brett, I don't know when you're going to use it, but just because of that, I'm giving you inspiration.
Yes.
Fuck yes.
You might need it for this fight, if this is a fight.
That's not even part of the game.
All right. I'm going to get into the game now because I've mostly finished my spaghetti.
Okay.
So I'm going to go over what happened last week or what triggered this week from last week. So y'all motherfuckers are in the lantern. Goon saw his reflection in the piece of obsidian. He didn't like what he saw, so he punched it, and it caused
Sounds
this
about right.
really big light, really big light shockwave thing, we'll call it, to reverberate, and that's the last thing that happened. He just noticed this big, like, blinding light coming towards you.
Also, I killed like 3 people. I murdered someone
Yeah, you
yesterday
did.
or last week.
You blew holes
you did.
through them.
Yeah,
Oh,
I won't
but
have any repercussions. What are you talking about?
I hear murder doesn't affect you psychologically. That's what Imogene thinks.
what medical journal are you subscribed to?
Ex-Con
Yeah.
Weekly.
Exactly. I don't know. What do they have in the prison bathrooms?
Reader's Digest.
I wish.
But not like recent ones from like 1950.
The good
The
ones.
Bible. No. Topical.
So being outside with food at the time this happens, what do I see?
A big blinding light coming towards you from the lantern.
I will immediately hug food.
Oh, FEWD.
Goon,
Yes.
Goon is going to employ all safety measures to bright, shiny lights, and he is going to employ the safety squint.
Yeah, that doesn't do shit.
Shit.
Everybody, I want to roll initiative. Initiative.
That's lovely.
Oh!
But instead of using your dexterity to add to it, I want you to add your wisdom to the initiative.
Shit! I mean, I got a natural 20,
That's worse.
but my wisdom's a -1.
So 19.
So it is still a 19. Damn it.
Be 7 for me. Or sorry, 8 for me.
12.
Sorry, 9 for me.
Jeez. It's gonna be a 3 for me, dog.
Yikes.
I think mine's still 14, and I don't want it to be.
It would have been 2, but with my wisdom, it goes
So,
up to 9.
Jacob, all we see is a bright light.
Yep.
It's not a thing in a bright light.
Nope.
Okay.
Blinded by the lights.
Yeah, exactly.
Red like a goose,
Douche, another
in the night.
roller in the night.
Blinded by the light. What fun we could have, friends.
Okay, so who got the highest? Who got the 19?
I did. Safety squint.
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything. Okay, Corbin, what did you roll?
Last. I got a 3.
3.
It would have been a 5, but you said wisdom, so it's just 3.
Yep. Imogen, what did you roll?
I think still 14. I used D&D Beyond to roll, so I couldn't change my wisdom, so I'm mathing it.
What's your dexterity?
Good question.
+4.
And what's your wisdom?
Also a good question. +2.
So it's a 12, not a 14.
Right.
Same diff.
Might still be next.
Bliss.
12.
Oh, we're tied. Whoa.
In Tuba?
I got a 9.
You're twinning.
Mm.
Okay. Which of you has the higher wisdom?
It's still both +2. Mine's 15.
No, then it's you. Mine's +2, but I'm 14.
All right. So y'all are blinded by the light, and
Yeah.
one by one, your vision is going to return.
Okay.
We're going to start with Goon, which makes sense because he's the one who punched the giant spire.
Safety squint.
Hold up.
Hmm?
Hold up. Brett dropped.
Oh.
It's happening again.
Did you say because he's the one who punched the giant spire? Because I was pretty sure he punched a tablet.
A mirror.
I punched a piece of obsidian.
Yes, a piece of obsidian spire.
What's a spire?
The obsidian spire. Roll a history check.
Oh, okay. Very knowledgeable of things.
Whoa.
I've also seen this thing. Can I roll?
Sure.
22.
Doesn't
Roll a
matter what I rolled a 2
Damn.
again. Cool.
All right. So you didn't put 2 and 2 together until now. But between the dragon powers, the obsession with obsidian, and this reflective or weirdly reflective surface, you realize that this is most likely a part of the obsidian spire, which is essentially Elder Pan's crystal ball. It was in his original lair, and the longer you look into it, it is said to give you more and more information.
Okay.
Doesn't necessarily mean that it's real information, but it will give you information.
Ooh, probably shouldn't have punched that.
Yeah, and you punched it and you broke it, and yeah.
I punched that real hard. Well, you know what? It might have been for the best. I still don't see many negative consequences coming from this.
Speaking of what you see, as you open your eyes, you find yourself essentially adrift in space. You see, it almost looks like, if you look at it, it almost looks like waterways, like rivers or streams or creeks. But the more you look at this like blue kind of indentation, you see it's actually cracks. And these are cracks in reality.
Oh.
So as you open your eyes, you feel yourself drifting, and you drift towards one larger piece of this mosaic in front of you.
Just me?
Just you. It's just you. You don't see anybody around you.
Okay. What do I see? Anything in the mosaic, like this giant piece that I'm floating towards?
Do you want to look into it?
Without going into it, can I look into it without I'm hoping it's not like a portal.
No.
You can look into it, but you're going to need to roll 1d6.
1d6. I do have one of those. That's a 2.
All right. So as you peer into this, and actually as you get closer to it, you realize you actually can't go into it. It's almost like a giant screen.
Ah, cool. Okay.
So as you look into it, or not even a screen, almost like a window, like you look into it and you see it's silent. You can't hear anything, but you see you and all of your friends everybody in the party, everybody that you've met, a couple of people you haven't met yet, you're all sitting in a tavern and you're all having a very fun, very good time. Everybody's drinking. No matter how much you drink from this large, like crystal stein, it does not go empty.
Oh,
It looks great.
that looks great.
I am going to need you to roll another d6.
That's a 1.
Re-roll it. Yeah, if you roll a 1 or a 2, I want you to re-roll it, okay?
Okay, well, I rolled a 3.
Okay. So now you drift more and you find yourself coming closer to another large crack or splinter in reality. And as you go up to this viewport, you see yourself like you're just standing in the middle of a dark room with the only light in the room focused on you. But the more you look at yourself, the more that you realize not very much of you is left. You are covered in metal. All of your parts have been replaced. Like you are more machine than you are man at this point. And as you continue to watch, it almost feels or almost looks like that body starts to drift apart and it starts to like break apart so you can see what's inside of it. And as the different mechanical parts kind of fly off and break off, you see all that is left is you, but you are burnt. You've been cut. You're missing body parts. You don't have a bottom half. You are essentially half of a torso, to the point where you have your intestines almost hanging out and kind of hanging there.
Jacob.
Yep.
Do I have a dick?
You are the top half of the torso.
Dear God.
You are a dick.
Dear gods.
and as you're watching this version of you slowly turns and looks and it meets your gaze and it like burrows into your soul that this version of you is looking right at you.
Well, if it's me, can I talk? Does it look like it? Like I'm going to wave at it with my robot hand.
So you wave at it with your robot hand, and you just see the other version of you because he no longer has hands. He basically has two different size arm stubs, but you can see his like half broken jaw, and it's moving. And you can't quite make out what he's saying, but you can tell that he's saying something. Almost like he's trying to warn you.
Huh.
What would you like to do?
Investigation. Can I roll investigation?
Sure, for what? What are you trying to investigate? What are you trying to do?
To make out if I can actually make out what he's saying.
Sure, if you want to roll an investigation for that.
Does a 16 work?
It's through impenetrable glass, and he only has half of a jaw, so you can't quite make out what exactly he's saying. But you can kind of sparse together a few words, and all you context clues basically say like not worth it.
Well, that doesn't help me much. All right. Well, I mean, there's lots of things not worth it. I'm gonna smile, nod to him. Say Mondays, right? He can't hear me. Give him the thumbs up with both robot or hand and normal hand. Shoot him finger pistols, and then I want to push away from that opaque that glass.
Roll for it.
Does he have to roll for finger pistols?
No. Yeah, roll for finger pistols.
God damn it! You damn right I'm rolling for finger pistols.
That
Cocksucker. That's a 2. I still haven't figured out this new robot hand.
You try to, and as you drift away, you see the robotic parts of this version of Goon come back together, and he gives you the finger pistols, but much more threatening.
Well, that's not good.
So as you drift to one last, we'll call it again a viewport. Are you going to look into this third one here?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. So as you look into this one, you see yourself actually not too different than how you currently look. And you are standing in front of a ragtag militia of different types of beings from around the realm. And behind you is a barred wooden door. You are leading this group into a battle.
Am I leading them into the wooden barn door, or are we just walking out?
You have your backs to the wooden door. Like there's a moat between you and the wooden door. You're protecting it.
We're protecting it. All right. And can I roll investigation to see if there's anything else prominent? Like, do I see any of my friends there?
Roll perception check.
Oh man, I'm not perceptive worth a fuck. 9.
You don't see any of your friends, but you do see a flag.
A flag?
Yeah.
Ooh, what's the flag look like?
The flag looks like an upside down mountain. Like not a V, like it has crags on it. Almost closer to like an upside down W.
Yeah.
That's
an M.
Yeah, no, thank you for no. Yeah, it's still hard to make out, but yeah, it looks something like that. You can't kind of make out the colors or anything there.
Gotcha, but I at least see like a W or an M shape.
Something along those lines, yes.
Okay, cool. What's the weather look like there?
It's raining.
Like it's raining. Does it look like springtime rain or fall type rain? Is it dark out? Is it light out?
You're not gonna get that much out of it now.
God damn it! All right, well,
but
I still have my bottom half.
You still have your bottom half. You actually look like valiant here.
We know that one's a lie. I'm gonna push away.
All right, so as you push away, you find yourself drifting, and you drift back into the dark, and we're going to move on to the next person. The next person would be Bliss.
Hello.
So, Bliss,
Mm-hmm.
your vision returns to you.
Okay.
You find yourself in the same type of vast space, nothingness.
Okay.
Around you, you see the same kind of splinters and cracks in reality as Goon did. But yours are what are in your splinters here are significantly different.
Okay.
So I would like you to roll as you drift towards one. I want you to roll 1d6.
If it's a 1, you want me to re-roll?
Nope.
Okay.
There are options here, so if you roll 1 or 2 again, then
okay.
There's 3 options. I'm having you roll 1d6.
Okay.
All right. So with a 1, you drift close to a viewport, and as you look into it, you see a view of like a town almost, might be a city, and you see in the midst of this kind of panoramic view, there is a giant tree. You're not quite sure if it's an oak or something like that, but within that tree, kind of like built into it, you see a shop, and the name on that shop is yours. Your name is on the shop there. So this looks like it would be your shop. It's not in the location that it was in Galterra, so it may be in a different town or
Okay.
city. But it is your shop built into a giant tree that's kind of slowly growing new and diverse life.
Love that. Super cool.
Does
And
that fill you with joy?
yes,
Okay.
definitely.
Now I want you to roll another d6. And if
Okay.
it's a 1 or a 2, re-roll.
5.
5?
Mhm.
Cool. So as you drift a little bit further away, and you come to another viewport. When you're drifting, you aren't in very much control. You very much feel like you're being drifted, or you're kind of like outside of your body.
Okay.
So you feel yourself pulled to this other viewport, and as you look into it, you see the dragon that gave you your powers, or visited you in your dream.
Okay.
When you first got your druidic powers.
Right.
So this large, like, opalescent dragon is flying towards what looks like a tear or a hole in the sky, and something is coming out of this hole with very large claws. And as they
Bigger than the dragon?
No, this is the dragon's flying towards this hole.
Yes, but the thing that's trying to get out with the claws, is that bigger than the dragon?
Yes.
Okay.
As they pull themselves through, you see the face of a demoness,
Well, that's
like
not good.
a female demon with very large sweeping back and wide horns and or antlers.
Mm-hmm.
And tendrils and stuff like that. And as this creature pulls himself through this tear, you see a large number of beasts are falling out of this tear
Mm-hmm.
and then starting to run around the ground beneath. As you continue watching, the dragon and this creature become locked in battle. And within about a minute or so, you see the demon thrust her claws through the dragon's chest, killing it.
Hey, Jacob.
Yeah?
You know how you asked me if that last scene brought me joy?
Yeah?
This one does the opposite of that. Blitz probably cries.
She's gonna cry more. I have suspicions.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now you're gonna not move over, but you're going to float over towards this last kind of splinter here.
Boy,
And
am I excited.
you return to your, like, as you look at it here, you see the same giant tree that has become your shop, right?
Mm-hmm.
As you continue to watch, you see the sky starts to change color, going from a red to a purple, back to a red, and then kind of like vibrating between those two. And you see the tree where your shop is located begins to warp. The branches reach skyward and more closely resemble tentacles now, and it almost feels like they're worshiping or praising something that's coming out of the sky.
It's very
Closer,
Lovecraftian.
closer to the bottom, or like the bottom of the canopy there, so above where your like shop would be, you see a number of what you know to be very large, very poisonous flowers and growths, and they're releasing acid and toxic gas out all around, infecting everyone, everything around this building.
I wouldn't do that. Why would my store look like that?
Yeah, well, you'll have to find out. After you see this, you drift back, and the darkness takes you again.
Wild, trippy.
Yeah, that is just the beginning. Imogen.
Thanks, Brett.
What? You're welcome.
No, actually, Brett, thank you, because all of this is going to lead to some great character building stuff, and also help me like pull in a couple things that I've been wanting to pull in for a little bit. So, thank you. You're gonna hate me, Imogen.
I am back. You had to pick when I went to go refill my water, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm ready to be traumatized.
Are you sure?
No.
All right.
Imogen's asleep, you'll remember.
Well,
maybe trying to sleep.
There was a big flash of light, and then you basically think you fall asleep again. But as you wake up, you find yourself again, essentially in space.
Just floating.
You're just floating around and see a bunch of different splinters. Each person sees different size splinters and cracks, leading to these different viewpoints here. And Imogen, I'm going to need you to roll 1d6.
That's a 6.
All right, so you feel yourself being pulled towards a larger crack that's a little bit further away. And from further away, you can't quite make out what's going on. It looks like there's a large group of people, and then there's a couple people in the middle. As you get closer, you see that you are one of the people in the midst of all these people around. It looks like all these people want to hurt you.
Oh, been there. Maybe literally. I guess we'll see.
But with their back to your back, you see a large half-orc with a cutlass not too dissimilar from your rapier.
Oh man, could it be her?
You are fighting back to back with Andrea Vespin.
I knew it.
Against all of these people there. And you're making pretty good work of it. You guys make a good team.
That's crazy. What a coincidence.
Now I'm going to need you to roll another d6.
In a fun turn of events, this one was 1.
Cool. All right. So you feel yourself being pulled in a totally different direction, almost like jarringly in a different direction. And as you do, you find yourself at a viewport, and it looks like the inside of a very lavish building. Think almost like like the entryway to a sultan's castle. There's a lot of seating. There's a lot of gold, a lot of people, a lot of scantily clad women. Everybody's kind of laying around, smoking a hookah. Everyone's just having a very good time, and in their midst, you are sitting on what looks to be a well-cushioned and golden throne. Very happy, and by the looks of it, very well.
I get 2 good visions? This is concerning.
Unless one's a good vision and one's not. It's all right. We'll go over what these may mean later. So that leaves you with one more viewport to go to. So since there's only one left, I don't need you to roll this last one. So
fine.
Yeah. So you feel yourself pulled towards a different viewport this time, and as you do this viewport, even from a distance, you can tell it looks a lot darker. And I don't mean like.
Oh, this is the bad one.
I don't mean that it looks grim. I mean it looks like physically dark until you kind of get close to it. As you get close to it, you see, well, the first thing that catches your eye is all of the dead people. I want you to roll a perception check for me.
That would be eye-catching. It was an 8.
An 8?
Correct.
Okay. You can't make out all of the faces, but you do see a couple familiar ones, mainly being that of Corbin, Bliss, Goon, Tuba, Andrea, and Munkus.
Oh, I
All of
knew it
them-
was going to be the milkshake cow.
All of them are lying lifeless on the ground.
He's taking all my friends.
There is one creature that stands above them. You watch as this shadow creature moves towards a what looks like a mirror or some reflective surface with a torch near it. And as that creature moves towards that surface, you see that they have snakes for hair and 2 large curled horns. This is you, but you look demonic.
We all get
There's
horns.
fire. There's fire in your eyes, and you hold a very evil-looking scimitar. And as you look into the mirror, both you looking at the person and the person that is you looking in the mirror, you see a creature come up from behind you and places their hands on your shoulder. As the person gets closer into the light, you see that they have very demonic features as well, very large, sweeping horns. And this person looks to be your patron.
My patron? Like that I am they are my master or something?
Essentially.
Okay,
with that-
that's concerning.
Not to be meta, but it sounds like your patron fucked up my patron.
So, the next person I believe we have is Tuba.
Hello.
Tuba,
What do you got? Howdy.
you wake up. You're no longer holding your dog,
Oh.
and
that makes me-
you are adrift.
Automatically bad.
Yes, this is the bad one. So you find yourself adrift in this nothingness, and you're being pulled towards one of 3 large viewports. I would like you to roll 1d6.
I rolled a 5.
All right. So you get pulled towards a one of the larger splinters there, and as you do, the closer you get to it, the larger it seems. And when you look into it, it's actually just a single room. And in this room, you are standing with your mace in your hand, and about, we'll say, like a table length away from you is Emperor Seskel. And he is staring you down. Nothing's moving. It's almost like this is a static image, kind of graphs from time, are standing in front of a man that you've met multiple times, and you have a mace in your hand. Would you like to do anything?
Is the mace the same one I usually carry?
Yes.
Awesome. Aside from that, is there any markings on me that would differentiate me from my current self?
You look like you might be a little bit older.
Okay, so probably won't happen for a couple of years, or it could happen immediately, or it might not happen at all. That's weird. I don't like it.
You look like I won't say you look older. You look worn, I guess is a
Okay.
better way to say it.
Like I've been battling for a little while.
Yeah, you're rode hard, put away wet.
Alrighty. Does he have anything in his hands?
No.
I think that's all I can think of to ask currently.
Okay. So as you feel the pulling you towards a different place there. I want you to roll me another d6, and if you get a 5 or a 6, reroll.
3.
Okay. You get pulled to a different viewport, and as you look into this viewport, you see that there's a lot of people. This one's not as static as the other one.
Okay.
This is almost looks like an invasion. You see that there are a number of witch hunters that are kind of overrunning a rampart. They're setting fires, doing damage to structures, pulling people out from their homes. It's not a fun scene. And as you survey this legion, you see kind of almost towering above everyone, commanding them is, well, they look a lot like you.
Do I recognize the location?
Give me a history check.
Natural 20! So 23 altogether.
23. You've been to the place kind of once before, but this is a Lux settlement not too far from their capital. You're pretty much like on the borderlands. It's at like the foothills of the Hollow Hills. So the people that they're pulling from the homes are Lux. They're elephant people just like you.
And the commander is me, or it just looks like me?
Give me an insight check or a perception check, whichever's higher.
Natural 20 again for 26 this time.
Okay. You look and you see it is you. You are wearing different armor. It looks much more ornate, possibly magical. Your regular mace is at your side, but you seem to hold a large morning star, and your eyes are lit with flame. As you
Horns.
No, as you look around, this one here, the viewport starts to warp and kind of wraps around you, and as you make the turn around, you see a fort. The drawbridge is up, and there is a small ragtag militia heading towards you. After you digested all of that, you are pulled back again.
I wish they would stop doing this.
And you're pulled to like this last viewport looks almost golden, like it's lit with some kind of light, and as you get closer to it, you realize that it's because it's in the Senate. So you are at the pulpit, like you are addressing the rest of the Senate. You are wearing more traditional robes at this point. And your mother is standing next to you. You can't hear what this version of you is saying, but they seem to be giving a speech in front of the Senate.
My eyes linger on my mom.
And her eyes are currently glued towards this version of you. And a large smile is across her face. She's very proud and very happy of you in this scene.
And I will smile as well.
You almost kind of like put your hand out as you're starting to drift away, almost like you're trying to reach back towards it before before your vision goes dark again.
Oh,
that leaves us with one more.
Nope, no, it doesn't.
Hasn't he had enough?
That's enough slices. That's a 1.
Yeah. So you're drifting. You just rolled your 1.
Yes, I rolled a 1.
Okay. So you, like everyone else, find yourself waking up, but as you wake up, your vision looks a little bit different. Your visions look a little bit different.
I love how I got the lowest roll, and mine's the one that's different from everyone else.
Well, you're like everyone else is drifting through space, and this one here looks more like an actual, like you're in a hallway with 3 different doors.
All right.
This hallway is made of pure obsidian, so you're gonna go to the first door, right?
Whatever one gets me, yep.
Cool. So as you open this door, you open it and you see this isn't your home in Galterra, but this seems like a new home that you would have bought. This is kind of out more in a little bit more rural. Looks like you have a shop connected to this home, and your Sandy is outside, running around with Cobble and the other 2 adopted children.
The 2 adopted children we don't know the names of. Yep.
I forget their name. We haven't.
I don't
given
even know
them-
if the guy told us their names.
Possibly. And then your wife is kind of like standing on the deck. Now you are still in the hallway with the door open, looking at this. What would you like to do?
Uh-oh.
Everyone's very happy. They're all playing with each other. It's a very pleasant, very heartwarming scene.
I think I leave that open, but I go to the next door.
Okay. Do you want to just do 3 or 4, or do you want to roll?
I'll roll. I'll re-roll that 1. I'll re-roll that 2. Let's just go 3-4.
Okay. So you're going to the next door, which is like across the hall from it, and as you open up this door, you see a very large battle. It seems that there is a bunch of not just Terran, but all these other non-human races. All of these armies have joined together and are fighting off this army of monsters. As you open the door, you can like even feel the heat coming from this battle as you like hear all the carnage that is currently happening there. And in the sky, you see a brood of wyverns that are flying it towards the fray. And there seems to be one smaller being flying much faster in front of them. And as that being gets closer, it hits the ground with a very large shock wave, kind of knocking people on both sides, both the monsters and the humanoids, backwards. And as the dust settles, the first thing that you see is this creature's claw that matches your claw, like your gauntlet. This person has 2 gauntlets. They have a matching pair of greaves that go into like talons. They seem to be wearing a matching obsidian mask that covers their face, and they have wings made of pure electricity coming from behind them. The more you look at this person, the more you kind of trace their silhouette, the more you realize this is you.
I think I'm subconsciously like flexing my gauntleted hand while this is happening.
Yeah, it's pretty epic, but you are fully under the control of Elder Bond.
That makes sense. I'm going to slowly close the door.
So as you try to close the door, you actually can't. Like, you physically can't close the door. It's almost like it's too hot. But there's one door left for you to open.
I will open it.
So as you open this door, it looks like it goes outside. Like, it looks like it goes into a dark kind of thicket. It's nighttime. And you feel yourself dragged through into this door.
No, I wanted to go through the first one.
So you feel yourself pulled. Like, are you gonna try to like not
Oh,
going?
I'm definitely gonna try to not go into it. Yeah,
Okay, roll dexterity saving throw.
that's gonna be with a +3. My first non-2 roll, it's gonna be 18 total.
Okay, so you are trying everything that you can in order to get back to the first room. That's obviously where you want to go.
Yep.
You feel like you're being pulled, and you're able to get to the door, and you're able to grab the doorknob, and you're like using every ounce of your strength.
What little
But
there
then-
is.
But then you feel something wraps around your leg, almost like a scaly tail. And it's very cold to the touch, and it wraps around your leg and pulls you into the last door.
Oh.
You're dragged through the dust and dirt, and you come to a clearing here. In this clearing, you see yourself with your gauntlet sparking, and you're fighting someone. You can't make out who this person is, but they are fighting very wildly and very recklessly. They seem to be using some kind of light-based magic or weapon. Actually, light-based magic and weapon. And it is a very physical fight. Like, you are fighting for your life. There's no one else around, and you are just fighting this person one-on-one. And to be fair, they're kicking your ass.
Fair. Am I able to do something?
Would you like to try to do something?
I would like to, like, tackle the person. I don't, like, I guess.
All right, so as you go and try to tackle the person, the second you kind of move towards them, everything kind of dissipates. It's almost like a ripple effect. You move and it just kind of ripples out, and everything kind of fades to black. After a couple of seconds, everyone finds themselves in the same area. You are all within this dark clearing. It looks like it's in the middle of the woods.
Do we see where we were before, or does it seem like we've gone far?
You don't know how long you've been like kind of in the darkness. It could have been a couple minutes. It could have been a couple years. It's hard to tell. So you just kind of like, you just find yourself there after what has happened, and you hear a large crashing sound as everything around you starts to crack like it had earlier. And then there's a large flashing light, and you all are returned back to the lantern. So you are all back to where you were before you were teleported into the splinters.
Okay.
Food back in
And-
my arm.
Food is back in your arms, yes.
Does
Yeah,
everything look
has-
normal?
Everyone can give me a perception check. Goon, you're gonna roll with advantage.
Oh, come on.
17 for Tuba.
3.
18 for Imogene.
15.
All right, we'll circle back to Goon when he gets back.
Imogen and I were in the same room, so I think once we were both awake again, we just kind of look at each other.
Yes, definitely. Imogene turns over because she was facing the wall to Corbin and says, I just had a very strange dream that I'm hoping is a dream, but you look concerned, so now I'm worried it wasn't.
Well, did you see any like bright light earlier?
Yeah, I did see bright lights and weird, trippy, almost real visions.
I
Is that normal? Is that a thing you do?
It's not a thing that I do, that's for sure. So were you in like a hallway or?
A hallway. I was like floating on a cloud in nothing,
Huh.
looking through cracks.
Well, then
This
maybe it
doesn't
is
sound
different.
like the same thing.
I don't think Corbin wants to talk about what happened to him.
Probably not.
Yeah, Imogene is suppressing the last one.
Said Tuba is going to sit crisscross applesauce and start praying to her God, asking what the heck all that meant.
Okay.
Same, essentially. I would want to check, praying to my patron to make sure that everything is okay.
Like the moon dragon.
Yes, the one who was being attacked.
You both reach out. You don't hear anything at the moment, but that's not uncommon.
Well, sometimes no news is good news.
Goon's gonna pop open a bottle of whiskey.
Oh no. I'll get to what Goon sees. I want you to roll me a perception check.
Me a perception check. Coming up.
You got advantage on that because you were the one who did it.
Well, that's good because the first one was a 2. Second one was a 15.
As you come to, you see within the place where you punched, I want you to roll me 3d8.
3d8
3d8 and add your strength.
and my strength.
Yep.
There's 1d8. There's 2d8. I gotta open up a tray here. Grab my third d8. And I'm adding my strength to all 3 or just total of the 3 plus my strength?
Just in total.
All right, so 17 plus my strength, which is plus 3, so 20.
Cool. Wonderful. You're fucked. So, Goon, you see that as you punched this spire and you punched it pretty hard, and
Super
it
hard.
caused a crack in the spire and then a hole. So a lot of the obsidian has actually kind of fallen apart, and in doing so, it has revealed a hand, a black clawed hand that seems to be holding a canopic jar.
I have
No,
one
we don't mess with that.
I have one question for you.
Okay.
What does canoptic mean?
So it looks like a jar.
Oh, fuck that. I just looked at. I had to look it up.
Have you ever seen The Mummy?
Yes.
Okay, you remember in The Mummy when all of those people found Imhotep's stuff and they had the
It's
jars?
a hand in a jar, regardless.
Oh, it's a hand in a jar. So it's like
No, it's a hand wrapped around a jar.
it's a hand wrapped around like one of those, like the jar with the jackal head on it.
Yes, but
Ooh.
this seems to have a bird-like head to it. So basically, all you see right now is jutting out from the broken obsidian spire is this black clawed hand with a jar in it. Now, I had you roll the damage to see if you broke the jar.
I have to roll damage
If you
now?
No, you already rolled it. That was the 20 I had you, the 3d8 I had you roll.
Oh, gotcha.
So the DC I set was 10. So
Whoops.
you broke the jar. The jar is cracked.
Jesus.
And as the jar is cracked, you see those cracks start to shine. And the jar is starting to vibrate very heavily. And that's where we're going to end it for tonight.
Shit.
Oh my god.
Crazy.
No.
Hey, what are the odds it's a genie?
It's
Very,
not a
very
genie.
low.
So slim.
It's
Very,
like a
very
genie
low.
in a jar. You know what? I'm already predicting it. We're fine. We're gonna get 3 wishes out of this.
No, I can't imagine that that's the case.
Justin, do you know what it is?
I have a feeling.
Justin said, "Oh fuck," and that could only be construed as an "oh fuck" of envy because he's not getting the wishes. Goon is.
Yeah, sure.
No, it was a, oh fuck, I just looked up what a canopic jar is, and that is not a good thing.
I mean, it could be.
It's not. You watched The Mummy, right?
Yeah, but like,
Do you remember
You know
what
what
was
happened?
inside there?
yeah, that was like the bad outcome. There are good outcomes to like, you know, things
Is
being
there?
in jars. Yeah.
No, there's not.
Okay, have you seen A Night at the Museum?
Yes.
Yeah, there was like the banging sarcophagus every night and they wouldn't open it up. But then when they did open it up, not only did he know how to work the magical tablet, but he also was able to like control all the sculptures that came to life and bring them back into order. That's a good time. I mean, it wasn't a jar, it was a full sarcophagus, but still positive outcome.
I don't think we're in a comedy.
No.
Listen, we'll just have to mull it over for another.
Ha 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 ha.
Yeah,
Mullet.
Elder Tom might have owed someone a favor.
That is
Yeah,
definitely
I
not a
don't
good
like that.
thing.